We will call this meeting to order.
Hey.
We have a, hey Howard. Hi Howard.
Folks.
We have a quorum present with Chairman Visnaskis, Ms. Zucker, and Mr. Zemsky present. Mr. Zemsky is participating from ESD's offices in Buffalo. Is there a motion to call to order the meeting of the members of the Housing Trust Fund Corporation? Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. As items are presented to the board throughout today's meetings, these motions and seconds will be used unless specific items call for a different vote or unless any member or director wishes to record his or her vote differently. HTFC's board will also be exercising the function of the audit committee. Is there a motion to call to order the meeting of the audit committee?
Moved.
Thank you. And is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Similarly, as items are presented to the audit committee throughout today's meetings, these motions and seconds will be used unless a specific item calls for a different vote or unless any board member wishes to record his or her vote differently. First item of business before the board is the approval of the minutes held on January 26, 2017. If there are no comments on the minutes, the minutes will be deemed approved. Are there any comments? No. The next item, I guess you're doing.
That's me already.
That's you
All right.
already.
You don't get to sit there for this. Good morning. I'm thrilled to be able to formally put before you for consideration the appointment of Linda Manley as the General Counsel of the agency. I sort of feel like I should be talking here because we've had the pleasure of working with her for the past year since she's come on as initially the Vice President and Deputy Counsel under Adam Schuman, and then more recently for the last year serving as the Acting General Counsel. I know I can speak from personal experience saying she brings to the job an incredible intellect, experience with the law, growing knowledge of housing, but also a wonderful disposition in the way that she treats all of us and the rest of the team here. She's had a wonderful prior career serving in various capacities at the Lawyers Alliance, and then before that in the private sector, and started maybe her public career serving as a clerk for the Honorable Loretta Preska, with whom she, I know, stays still in good touch. So I'm confident that she will continue to serve the agency brilliantly well, and ask for, do I have to formally ask for her approval as the General Counsel? Any questions?
I have no questions.
Favorite color, ice cream flavor?
I just want to echo your remarks about Linda. Linda has been an excellent addition to our agency, and I'm only sorry it took us so long to get here.
Agreed. Great, thank you.
Thank you, Betsy.
Yep.
Now you're making me blush. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Thank you, Marion. Thank you, Betsy. Thank you, Dan, for the comments at the earlier meeting. Okay, now back to the regularly scheduled programs. Next before us is a resolution appointing the Vice President of Housing Preservation, Mr. Colon.
We didn't vote.
I guess I'll call the vote, right?
The fix is in.
Are there any questions?
No questions.
No questions. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. Now, Mark, it's all you.
Try to make this quick. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I forgot my bow tie.
Next time.
I'm here to offer Dan Beyer for the visibly foolhardy task of replacing Alan Smith as the corporation's vice president of for Section 8 programs. I've worked with Dan for more than 9 years, or nearly 9 years here at the agency, and I can honestly say that there's not a more capable, I haven't worked with a more capable and intelligent staff person with the range of knowledge on all of our programs, internal and external, and some of the gnarliest issues like standing up storm recovery and personnel, being the head of personnel department. Despite the fact that there's no replacing someone like Mr. Smith, I can honestly say that New York State Section 8 programs are in the most capable possible hands, other than Mr. Smith and Dan Byer. So I offer him for your approval.
Are there any questions? Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. Next is a resolution appointing the vice presidents of the Office of Finance and Development. Mr. Garwood.
Hi, I'm asking for authorization to establish Leora Jontif and Roger Harry as vice presidents in finance and development. Roger has been a staff member here at HFA since 2000, and most recently he's overseen the multifamily finance unit. Leora joined us just last fall and oversees multifamily new construction. As you know, we reorganized a bit to have a preservation group that's headed by Roger and Leora heading the new construction group. HTFC and HFA work very much hand in hand, sharing and mixing resources so that we can creatively do what we want to accomplish our housing goals. And this authorization will allow them the ability to execute documents necessary to bring all our resources to bear between the agencies.
Are there any questions? Then assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. Next is a resolution authorizing an award increase under the Supportive Housing Opportunity Program for Heritage Gardens. Ms. Johnson. And Jonathan.
Morning. I'm here before you to present an increase in the Supportive Housing Opportunity Program funds for Heritage Gardens, which is in the town of Henrietta in Monroe County. It was presented to the board on November 13th. There's 83 units of housing. 17 of those units are for those with developmental disabilities. At the time of the November 13th board, it was approved for $1.2 million in SHOP funds. Since that time, OPWDD decreased their debt service support for the project. In addition, due to delays in the meeting of PACB and other issues, interest rates went up. Therefore, we have a gap in financing, and we would like to increase SHOP funds by $1.1 million, making the total SHOP subsidy $2.3 million.
Are there any questions? Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the resolution is passed.
Thank you.
Next before the board is a resolution authorizing an award under the Community Development Block Grant Program for Economic Development in the City of Amsterdam. Mr. Leo.
Good morning. First, I'd like to add my voice to the chorus of accolades for Linda. We at OCR do very much enjoy working with Linda. She's helped us solve a lot of problems before they become bigger. So we again want to congratulate you, and we look forward to working with you, Linda. Thank you very much for being here. So the first award, OCR is seeking a resolution to award Community Development Block Grant funds for Economic Development Program to the City of Amsterdam. The City of Amsterdam has requested $750,000 in CDBG Economic Development Award funds to assist 10 Market Street LLC in purchasing furniture, fixtures, machinery, and equipment to open an assisted living facility in the City of Amsterdam. The facility will occupy a vacant former Holiday Inn located within the downtown for the purposes of operating a new state-of-the-art assisted living facility. The project proposes to completely renovate and remodel the hotel into a residential healthcare facility with the goal of creating a non-restrictive home-like environment while providing first-class nursing and home care services. The proposed total project cost is just over $2 million. It will create 73 full-time equivalent jobs over 2 years, with 53 of those jobs benefiting low to moderate income persons. The CDBG funds will be used again towards the purchase of furniture, fixtures, machinery, and equipment. The job cost here is $10,273, and each CDBG dollar provided will leverage an additional $1.75 in additional private investment. Again, OCR is seeking a recommendation and resolution to provide CDBG funds to the City of Amsterdam. I'd be happy to entertain any questions should board members have any.
Any questions? All right, then assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. Next before the board is a resolution authorizing the award under the Community Development Block Grant Program for Economic Development in Oneida County. Mr. Leo.
Thank you. Oneida County has requested $330,000 in CDBG economic development funds to assist Delft Blue LLC with machinery and equipment expenses needed in order to expand operations in their current facility located in New York Mills. Delft Blue began operating in 2003 and is rapidly expanding. The company operates as a pork processing operation, and it serves as one of the leading producers of portion-controlled cuts of veal and pork in the Northeast United States. Delft Blue is the sole source provider for Blue Apron Foods and Applegate Farms, two of the largest specialty ready-to-cook meal producers in the United States. Additionally, Delft Blue also now contracts with Wegman Food Markets to sole source supply that grocery chain. The proposed total project cost is $825,388. It will create 22 full-time equivalent jobs over 2 years, with all 22 benefiting low to moderate income persons. Again, CDBG funds will be used for the purchase of machinery and equipment. The cost per job is $15,000, which is our maximum for CDBG. Each CDBG dollar will leverage an additional $1.50 in private investment. Again, OCR seeks a recommendation and resolution to provide CDBG funds to Oneida County. I'd be happy to answer any questions from the board on this one.
Oh, no, but I was going to make my little,
that's
my
right.
social
You're gonna-
commentary.
yes, thank
saying,
you.
know, Chris, these are such great grants. A lot of them are small, but they're really impactful. We do them over and over again. And as you probably all saw, the president potentially is going to just wipe out CDBG in the budget, and it's makes it sad and makes me appreciate all these grants all that much more.
I think,
Absolutely.
Chris, I want to give you another job. You should put together a brochure of everything you funded with pictures of people that work there and take
Yeah.
it to our legislators.
Yeah, totally agree.
And
Yeah.
this work is.
Yeah, we're going to try and do that across our portfolio, just to add kind of a
Yeah.
human element to what we do that oftentimes gets missed, in the bigger scheme of things. So that's great advice, Marion. Absolutely.
Should look at what we did, what we did on the project side, and we did it sort of district by district. So it really resonated with the congressman.
That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
So the next, again, Mr. Leo, is a resolution authorizing awards under New York State Home Local Program.
Thank you. I'm here today because the Office of Community Renewal is advancing $21,588,565 in New York State Home Local Program Award recommendations for review, consideration, and action by the members. This solicitation, which began last year, includes our federal fiscal year 16 and 17 funds as a more rational way to allow us to react to a lot of the changing regulations that we're seeing coming from HUD. So the application selection process was conducted in a transparent manner using existing federal and state merit-based statutory and regulatory criteria. All applications have been evaluated, scored, and ranked, and recommendations are advanced in accordance with the following guidance documents for the program, which includes our 2016-20 consolidated plan, our annual action plans, and the actual NOFA and program material. As I mentioned, again, the funds are coming from our 16 and 17 allocation. In addition, we were able to provide additional funding through deobligated funds from past awards. We released a NOFA on October 11th. We stated the availability of roughly $18 million at that time. In response to the NOFA, we received 63 applicants from 47 counties, 9 REDCs throughout the state, and we had a total request of just about $25.5 million. And again, today we're advancing 54 applications for just a little over $21 million. Those 54 applications include 24 applications for homeowner housing rehab, so that's an owner-occupied rehab component, 4 applications for rental rehabilitation, 8 applications for a manufactured housing replacement program, 5 applications for tenant-based rental assistance, which is kind of synonymous with Section 8. And 13 applications for home buyer assistance. These 54 applications will propose to work on 713 households. So those households will benefit from these activities. You see an application breakdown where our applications were coming throughout the state. You see our award summary listing. That information will be leveraging almost an additional $12 million through this program. Again, I seek a resolution from the trust fund to enter into contract with the entities that are included in the memo. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have on this recommendation.
Are there any questions?
Oh, looks great.
And assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. Next is a resolution authorizing awards under the Mobile and Manufactured Home Replacement Program. Mr. Leo.
Thank you. The Office of Community Renewal is advancing $1.9 million in New York State 2016 program year funds for your review, consideration, and action by the members. This was the manufactured and mobile home program that Senator Little sponsored last year. It's a $2 million program. We're considering it a pilot. This is an important program because we've seen a lot of need for manufactured home replacement and rehabilitation through our federal programs. Although because of the cross-cutting regulations and federal compliance issues, those programs really weren't the perfect fit, which is why this is a very appropriate resource for OCR to administer in upstate New York, because these manufactured homes oftentimes represent an affordable low-cost way to house New Yorkers in need. We released a NOFA and RFP on October 18th, 2016, announcing the availability of $2 million. In response, we received 16 eligible applications from 16 counties and 7 regions throughout the state. There was a request of over $6 million. Today, we're advancing 5 of those applications for funding. With a recommended award total again of $1.9 million. Just based on the requests of the 5 successful applicants, we're left with a small balance of funds. A total of 28 households are projected to benefit from the proposed activities. So what we're doing here is this was designed to be a one-shot program where we will be able to purchase dilapidated manufactured homes, remove them, and then put in brand new manufactured homes with foundations and septic hookups, all for roughly around $100,000 per unit, which was the max from the enabling legislation. Again, five projects recommended. I'd be happy to answer any questions, but before I do that, I really want to acknowledge the hard work that Ann Peterson and Stephanie Galvin Riley put in on not only the Home LPA program, but also this mobile and manufactured home replacement program. They've been incredibly busy dealing with a lot of curveballs that HUD has thrown our way recently. This was quite a lift for them, and I would like to recognize the hard work that team did in putting this together. And I'll take any questions you may have.
Any questions? No, then assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. Next is a resolution adopting the administrative budget request, program budget outline, and financial plans. Ms. Mickle.
Good morning. As required by the authority's budget office, the Housing Trust Fund Corporation is required to submit an annual financial budget request to the board for approval. In December, we submitted the financial plan as required by the authority's budget office, which was approved and has been submitted to Paris and has been accepted into the Paris system, the Paris reporting system. And today I bring to you the proposed administrative and program budgets for the Housing Trust Fund Corporation. The reason we come to the board in March is because most of the programmatic budget is based on the proposed executive budget as prepared by the executive team. And obviously we don't have those numbers until well after the December board meeting. Within this budget request, we have a request outlining all of our administrative and program PS and MPS for the upcoming fiscal year 17-18. We outline the proposed operating budget as well as our expected revenue based off of our PBCA fee income and the various federal sources that we receive some portion of our admin budget from. We also have within the budget the expected funds available to us to commit to the various programs under the various offices of the corporation, including new programs that may have been established in the executive budget and or prior year programs that did not fully commit prior appropriations, or for whom we have additional resources through the mortgage portfolio. The very end of the presentation is the document that was submitted and approved by the board, the budgeted revenues, expenditures, and changes in current net assets that is presented in the format that has to be submitted to Paris in December. That has already been approved. This morning I am seeking a request to approve the resolution submitted, accepting the administrative budget request and program budget outline for the corporation for the upcoming fiscal year. Once approved, this will be posted to Paris as required by the authority's budget office. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have this morning in regards to the budget.
Are there any questions?
I do have a question, but on page 9, Stacy, first of all, it's very clear. I like the budget. Thank you. On page 9, I'm curious about the balance remaining to be committed through this year. So if we've committed the funds, they would be fully subtracted, and what's there is just uncommitted funds. I just want to clarify, make sure that that's correct.
Correct. That's uncommitted, and it's based on both the appropriation from the state and any recycled funds that would have come in.
Okay, and this is as of what date?
These were actually as of 1/31, because that was the most accurate I could get. So this does not include the most recent awards today, or anything that might have been presented to the board through a resolution during February.
All right, my goal would be to get that up to 0, but okay.
I think that's everybody's goal, but I think what that shows really is how much we have in recycled funds, because that's really what most of that is recycled through mortgage
All right.
servicing.
But
Thank you so much.
I think it's the budget for the fiscal year ending, but the dates, the most updated information
But
is
this
at
balance,
1/30.
that's what she's saying, right? The balance
Correct.
is as of 1/31.
The balance is.
So before we made it public, would we want to update it to actually reflect March 31st? Or she said as of this vote, it becomes public, but it's not.
We should modify, we should put a, I was just texting, we should put a footnote to say the numbers and
Okay, so then, we'll revise the motion to approve the document with the amendments suggested by the board. Is that appropriate? Okay. And then we will actually need a motion on behalf of both the audit committee, or resolution on behalf of the audit committee and a resolution on behalf of the board. So first, on behalf of the audit committee, are there any other questions? Then, assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. To the and this is to the resolution adopting the budget as amended.
Aye.
Okay. The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. Next, on behalf of the board, are there any questions? Seeing none, assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is amended is carried, I'm sorry, the motion is carried and the resolution as amended is passed. Next is a resolution approving SECRA documentation and classification of environmental impact of HFHCD 2015 Home LP Program and Malone Village. Ms. Spitzberg.
Good morning. This morning I have two projects for your consideration. The first is the Habitat for Humanity Capital District 2015 Home LPA program. Yes. And that was Habitat's name for the project, and it came in, and I also had difficulty with the initials at first, but it is for the new construction of 10 single-family homes on scattered sites in the cities of Troy and Albany using home LPA funds. And the second project is the Malone Village project, which has the Auburn Housing Authority Development Company as the sponsor. Malone Village is an existing public housing development with 62 units. It's to be rehabilitated. It's in the city of Auburn, and it's using home and project-based vouchers. Unless you have any questions, at this time I request a resolution for these projects to be classified as unlisted with a negative declaration under seeker.
Are there any questions? Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. Next is a resolution approving staff additions to the Internal Audit Department of the Governor's Office of Storm Recovery. This is actually before the Audit Committee, and Ms. Ward, I believe, is with us by phone.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Kat. Anything you'd like to add?
I don't think there's anything we need to add unless there are any questions.
Are there any questions? Okay. Then on behalf of the Audit Committee, assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the resolution is passed. The remainder of the items are informational items and no board action is necessary. Please let us know if you would like an additional presentation on any of the following items. Review of updates to certifications of proficient controls, processes, and procedures of the Governor's Office of Storm Recovery. Review of the revised scope of work using funds under the Public Housing Modernization Program for Malone Village. A review of authorized contracts for the Governor's Office of Storm Recovery. Review of SECRA concur summaries. Review of SECRA Type 2 projects. Review of SECRA determinations by the Governor's Office of Storm Recovery. Review of quarterly report on the status of multifamily projects. Does anyone have questions? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn the meetings of the board and the audit committee?
So moved.
Is there a second? Thank you. The meetings are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.